let's focus on NETCOM. The Literacy and Mass Education Commission was established in 1981 and converted into NETCOM, which is the National Education and Training Commission, in 1990. Now, there are some key terms over here. The literacy and mass education. Now, literacy means the ability to read and write, because that was the definition at the time. Mass education means educate everyone. The child, the adult, everyone. Did it happen? How successful were we in this mass education endeavor? Not very much, because our literacy rates, as we've seen in the previous slide, didn't change much over time. However, in 1990, 9 years after the Literacy and Mass Education Commission was set up, they changed it to National Education and Training Commission. National education. National education to me means everyone, and that is universal education. Did we achieve it? Were we successful getting to that national education? Again, I don't think we were successful. So what do we do? How do we account for not being successful with these different commissions? One is, of course, who was responsible for the mass education and the national education programs. When people don't take their jobs seriously, things don't get done. So setting up commissions is good, but leaving it at the setup level is not good. Where is the accountability? Who went to check what the first commission of 1981 did and the commission of 1990 did? Somebody had to go and check. Somebody had to go and make the people accountable. So on paper, we look very good, but in practice, we don't look as good. Whose fault is it? It is not the fault of the young child. It is not the fault of the teacher. It's the fault of the government. The government needs to step in. These commissions were set up by the government. The government should have had a plan to check, to make the people accountable. After all, everybody working in these commissions was drawing a salary. And so, how do you get a salary and not do the job? And if you don't do the job, you won't get results. So, instead of blaming NETCOM or this commission or that commission on the not-so-successful endeavors that we plan, we need to look at ourselves. We need to look at what can I as the individual do. And if you as the individual can make a difference, go ahead and make the difference. Do it. Don't wait for somebody from outside to come and tell you to do it. You, as a part of the education network, should be aware of what needs to be done so that mass education and national education, and today universal education, become a reality in this country. In its second meeting held on February 18, 1984, NETCOM defined a literate person as one who can. Now let's see how the definition of literacy changes in 1984. One was read and write a simple statement in the national or any of the regional languages. It does not say a foreign language. The national language is Urdu. The regional languages could be anything from Punjabi, Sindhi, Balochi, Pashto, Saraiki, whatever. That's the language. That's the language of the child. That's the language of the community. That's the language of the family. That's the language of that particular society. The child should be able to read and write in that language. And 2, count and write numbers and do simple calculations. For the first time now, in 1984, Pakistan added the third element to its definition of literacy. This, to me, is simple quantitative skills. Counting and simple calculations, addition, subtraction, because that's what we need in daily life. We don't need the calculus and the trigonometry in daily life. We need simple stuff like this. Are our students able to do that? Are our young people able to do that? How many of our adults are able to do that? And today, with calculators and smartphones with the calculator function of them, this should not be a difficult task to achieve. Any young person, any child, any adult on a cell phone, they all have one. Okay, should be able to plug in numbers and add, or plug in numbers and subtract, and do simple mathematical calculations. So now our definition, the Pakistan definition for literacy, has three things: reading, writing, and simple quantitative skills.